Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, while we're waiting, answer this question. What makes an offer irresistible to you? Not your own. Don't think about your own offer. But when you see somebody else's offer and it's irresistible, it's juicy, what is it about it that makes it irresistible? One more song and then we'll get started.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
All right. Groovy music today, huh? You guys like that? All right. So my question to all of you is, what makes an offer irresistible to you? What are the parts and pieces or the messaging or whatever else it is that makes you be like, oh my gosh, where's my credit card? I have to pay for this. I have to have this. Because oftentimes when you can reverse engineer that and say, okay, this is what it takes for me to buy, then what is it going to take for my ideal client to be that way? If you're in one of these situations, and I don't know whether this resonates with you or not, but if you're in a situation where people love you, your audience loves you, you're getting comments and engagement and all of that, but nobody's buying, it may not be you. It may be your offer. And so when I say your offer's good, we need to make it irresistible. Okay. There is this, where did I put this? Yeah, here it is. Good offers might get attention. People might see those offers and inquire about those offers, but what you're wanting is this. You want irresistible offers. That's what gets sales. That's what drives people to whip out their credit card and say, I need this. I want to buy this from you. And that is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how you go from just good to irresistible in your offer and what might be getting in the way and what might be slowing you down and stopping you. Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, I think everybody that I saw that was online, you know who I am. You've been here before. But if not, if you're new to me, my name is Jamie Hain. I am a video and growth coach. And we've been spending time the last few weeks talking about sales funnels. Last week was how to make sales funnels simple. This is more about the process than it is the tech. So if you missed that, go back and watch it. If you need the link, let me know and I'll get it over to you. Today we're talking about offers. Next week, we're going to back up and talk about ideal clients. And I know what you're thinking, like, I know my ideal client. We're going to talk about it in a little bit different way and why it's so important to make all of this work. Okay? Sound good? Everybody with me? Everybody excited? Okay, so let's go back and look at what you said makes an offer irresistible. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's so good to see some of you. Some of you have not been able to make a live yet, and you're here. I'm so excited. So good to see you all. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Heather says price makes it irresistible. Okay. Now, here's what's key. Is it low price or priced right? If I said to you, guys, I have a car for you. It's $100. Oh, would you be jumping at that? Makes you think about this, right? Okay. Denise says great value and quick solutions. Okay. So value and being fast. Okay. Carol says I'm a weird buyer. I hope I'm not my own ideal client. It's all about it giving me what I'm looking for. Yes. We're going to talk about that here today. It's like you read my notes. How do you know my notes, Carol? Have you heard me talk about this? Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's everything. Those of you that have just now joined us, what makes an offer irresistible to you? I want to know. Okay, we're going to talk about what I think are the 4 main, essential keys to doing this. And so as we kind of go through these 4, I want you to look at this and say, are there opportunities for me in that space? Can I do this better or different? And almost like check in. How am I doing on a scale of 1 to 10? How well do I do that thing? And in doing that, not only are you going to kind of get a roadmap for these are the things I need to put into my offer, but it's also what are the gaps? What's maybe holding me back from achieving those? Okay. So the first one is it's got to be tailored to your ideal client, not to you, not based on what you're good at, but to them and their problem or challenge. So what I want you to be thinking about here is that you want it to be specific. The more specific it is, the more it acts like a magnet. Where's my magnet? Uh-oh. I had it out and now I can't find it. You've seen the magnet. There it is. Clearly I have too much pink stuff on my desk. Say it isn't so. When your offer is magnetic, it's specific to your ideal client, it attracts and repels. It's attracting the people you want to work with and repelling the people you don't want to work with. And that's an important differentiator there, okay? So what you're thinking about is how does it speak directly? I don't know why I'm holding this up. So it speaks directly to your ideal client and the problem or challenge or goal that she has. Follow that? It's directly to that. It is not to, I can help everyone. Because if you're out there trying to help everyone, even though you maybe can, it's not acting like a magnet. Because buyers want to believe that you are specifically talking to them. Have you ever seen a post or a video or an offer where you're like, how did they know? How did they know that was exactly what's been on my mind? That's an indicator, right? So what you're shooting for here is your buyer saying, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. How does she know this is exactly my problem and this is exactly what I need? That's your goal. Okay, the second one is that it solves that problem. It gets them the specific result that they're looking for. Follow me on that? Okay. This is not just any problem. This is not what you're just good at. I'm good at this, so of course this is what I'm going to do. This is very clearly what they are looking for. Buyers, that's what we're talking about here. Buyers want results. They don't want to know all of the stuff and things at first. They eventually may want to know all of those things. And by stuff, I mean the components. It's got this, and it's got this, and it's got 17 hours of this, and 5 hours of this, and 20 hours of this. That all comes later. But the irresistible part up front is this is the result you're going to get. Here's the problem you have. This is what you want. And my offer is going to get you there. Now, what comes up here is this idea of need versus want. So if you've not identified this for yourself and your clients, spend some time on this sucker. What do they need versus what they want? You want to talk to want, not need. Okay? Let me see if I can think of an example of want versus need. I want to lose 10 pounds. I need to exercise and eat better, but I want to lose 10 pounds. You're marketing to the want, not the need. So check that. Okay? Okay. Number 3, provides instant clarity. Instant clarity. What do I mean by that? That means that if your offer needs explanation, it's not clear enough. A confused buyer won't buy. If they're like, I don't really get it. I don't really understand what this is all about. What is she talking about? They understand the value. They understand what's included. They understand how it's going to help them. They understand the benefit to them, the result that they're going to get. When that is clear, that's when they're going to be whipping out their credit cards and be like, take my money. Take my money, please. Take it now. Number 4, you want to create desire, not just interest. Desire, not just interest. This is similar to what we've been talking about, okay? But this is nice to have versus, oh my gosh, I must have it. It'd be nice to have a cold pressed juicer, but just seeing an ad for a cold pressed juicer is not going to make me whip my credit card out and buy it. Right? What's going to make me whip my credit card out and make me want to buy it is the fact that it's small. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space, that it's easy to clean. It might be the health benefits of the juicer, right? It might be the price point. It might be the bonuses, whatever else it is. What makes me take action now? And like I said before, makes me scream, here, take my money, take my money. Okay, so let me go back to that list. Tailored to your ideal client, solves the problem, gets them the results that they want. It's super clear. And it's desire-based, not just, oh, that's nice to have. That's what you're shooting for. Now, I'm not going to ask you to share on a scale from 1 to 10. How are you doing on here? But I'm hoping what happened is we might have opened up some gaps in your offer that makes you go, yep, I got a little bit of work to do there. Okay. Before I kind of wrap us up for the day, what questions, if any, do you have for me? So let me go to my phone, see if there's any questions. Okay. Hello. Nice to see you all. Okay, you guys are loving this, but no questions. Nobody's got any questions? You're all good? This makes crystal clear clarity? All right, let's hope so. I'm going to pause just a minute because you just never know. Bottom line is this. You've got to clearly understand what your client wants, not needs. Needs comes later. Needs comes after they've paid you. What is it that they want? And then does your offer deliver that result? That is bottom line. What do they want? Does your offer deliver the result or the answer or the solution to that thing that they want, whether it's a problem or a goal that they have? That is as simple as I can possibly give it to you as. Now, if you want some help with your offer, if you want my help specifically, I have unstoppable calls available. Now, I had somebody reach out and be like, I had an unstoppable call last month. Can I have another unstoppable call this month? Nope, you get one. This is not free coaching from Jamie for the rest of your life every time I do a live. But wouldn't that be great? I wish I could do that. That would be awesome. This is I need help with my sales funnel and my whole process, from how do I attract people? How do I convert people? How am I nurturing people through my sales process funnel? And we're talking about offers right now as a very important part of that sales funnel. So if you need help figuring out that piece and you have not booked a Become Unstoppable call, let me know and I'll get you the link so that you can book it. Okay, I'm going to check for questions one more time and then I'm going to wrap us up. Okay, great tips. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. Okay, Kimber says, do you have other suggestions to create wow? You know, it's hard to say that I've got it. Here's what it depends on. Let's go back to this list. Hold on here. Okay. An irresistible offer is based on your ideal client. Your ideal client's different from my ideal client, which is different than Carol's ideal client, which is different than Michelle's. The key is you've got to understand who that ideal client is. Backwards, forwards, upside down, every which way. We'll talk more about that next week on my live next week. You've got to know what their problem is, and you've got to have an offer that solves that problem. That's what you got to figure out. And then you got to be crystal clear that your offer does it. That's how you create this wow factor. It's not always price. Go back to that $100 car, right? Why don't you want my $100 car? Why do you not want it? Price often comes up when all this is not right on target. Price is often the reason people give because it's an easy way out. I'm not saying price isn't an issue for some, but I'm saying a lot of times when you do this, price isn't as big of an issue as it once was. And that all gets into how do you better attract the right audience in, and there's a lot more to it. But to answer your question, Kim, I would say the way you get to wow is making sure you've got this figured out. Okay, let's see what other questions you got. Jackie says the biggest thing is knowing the wants compared to the needs. Yes, right? I mean, let's go back to that diet example, right? I might not be ready to jump on in to buy something that goes on and talks about, you got to eat right, you got to watch your calories, you got to balance this, you got to, right? Yeah, I know I need to do all of that, but that doesn't sound fun. But I want to lose weight. Now you've got my interest. Think of it almost like your messaging on your offer has to come first. And your messaging is about what they want, not what they need. Okay. Love that. Okay. Let us summarize today. I am trying to be better at getting these to a shorter period of time. So I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, okay, again, about 20 minutes. I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of proud of myself. Good for me. Okay. So here's what I want to say in closing. Is a good offer good enough? Is good enough? If your offer right now is at this point where you're like, it's okay. The difference between an offer being just good and it being irresistible, hold on, where's my slide? That's what makes people whip out their credit card and be like, please take my money. I'm going to give you just a couple of scenarios. I have had sales calls. Maybe you have had sales calls like this, where you get on a sales call and the person, not you, the person says, I'm already in. Just so you know, I'm already in. You don't have to sell me. I'm already in. Or when they start and they say, really the only question that I have is how do I pay? Or when do we start? Or those kinds of questions. When you are starting sales calls with those kinds of messages, that's when you know you've nailed it. You've made it irresistible. You have absolutely and totally directly called out to them in a way that made them be like, yes, please, I'm in. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to go through a sales call and that you'll never have sales calls and that you'll never have objections. But man, when you can get your offer to this irresistible state, it's so much more fun because almost that selling part of it has already happened. They're already convinced. because you spoke to their emotions. You spoke to their wants and needs and desires, and you're promising them results that they're desperate to achieve. That's what I help my clients with. That's what I help people figure out inside of their business in a way that feels right for them, for their client, for your style, for everything else. Okay? But irresistible, that's our goal. That's what we're shooting for. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Next week, we will be back talking about ideal client and why it's important to get to know them, even if you think you've already done all that work. All right, I hope to see some of you on Unstoppable Calls. If you need that link, just let me know. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. See you soon. Bye, guys.